and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is my first video in a series of videos aimed at nursing professionals. I have been an adult nurse for 14 years now, and in that time I've learned a few things along the way. I trained back in Ireland and then I moved to the NHS not long after, and I've been in England for 14 years now. And in that time I worked on medical wards, surgical wards, high dependency and ultimately intensive care, where I found my real passion for nursing. Following a period of clinical education, I then moved into the university setting and lectured in intensive care nursing and CPD courses there, continuing practice development courses aimed at nurses on the acute wards. And that led me to do my PhD, which I'm probably halfway through at the moment, which is all around the recognition and management of patients who deteriorate in the acute setting. So the videos that I'm going to share with you are very much topical to acute nursing, intensive care nursing, and looking at some key areas to help you along your way. The prominent video I want to talk about is the use of artificial intelligence within healthcare, and specifically ChatGPT, which is being widely used. And actually we'll think about how we can use that to our advantage, and more specifically how we can use it responsibly within healthcare. I also have a free resource that I've created for nurses who are managing a ward or a unit, and that would be quite helpful for Band 5 nurses who maybe are left in charge to cover breaks or on some shifts at some point, and then Band 6 nurses who would be routinely in charge of a ward area or a unit. And it's a really fun game that you can think about your priorities when you're in charge of a ward, and you have your everyday things to consider, like your staffing and your patient ratios, but also all the curveballs that get thrown along the way, that get thrown at you, such as unplanned fire alarms, threatened evacuation, maybe can't find the control drug keys, all of these things, and how we overcome them and how you prioritize them. So that's a really fun free resource available to download. The other videos I'm going to focus on are study skills for nurses. If you've been out of education for a while and then you have been funded to do a course or do a module, or you're going back to do your master's, or you're specialising in an area such as intensive care nursing, then we have loads of top tips of how to re-engage. And it may be a while since you've done academic work, so we're going to talk about academic writing, do a whole video on that, and also how we actually access the data. So that can be something that students often said to me in the past. You know, they'd say, how do I actually find the data? How do I get full texts? And once you do manage to find what you're looking for, how do you read an academic paper and how do you critically appraise it? So they are all videos to come. I've shared a link to a previous video I've made, not on this channel, but just so you can see a bit more of what I'm about. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.